Okay, you guys, here we go. It's we haven't had one of these Ask Me Anything streams in a while, and today is the first time we're ever. I'm just looking at it to see what it looks like. We're ever streaming on
So, can
vertical
you guess
at
if
the
I
same
got
time as
notified
horizontal.
yesterday?
Oh shoot! Hold on a
I
second.
was waiting for you to go live. Then I dozed off. I don't know for how long. When I woke up, you
Oh
were
shit!
done streaming. I fucking hate YouTube even more now.
Yeah, we missed you yesterday, Jill. I just figured you had something going on. Oh, that's too bad. It was pretty cool. It was a fun GTA run. I had significant difficulties trying trying to land in my parachute. Hi Chrome. Hi Doom. Hey Mark. Oh, happy birthday, Doom. 31. Jesus Christ. When you guys, have a birthday or something like that, like Doom's talking about here, and you tell me how old you are, I'm happy when you guys even reach half my age. I'm so I'm so freaking old. You can put any question you want there, Mark. I No, that's too bad, Joe. That sucks. Yeah. Now, what I was starting to tell you is we are actually streaming in our typical format, but we're also streaming vertically as well. This is the first time I've tried this. I don't. The thing is, we might see, huh? We might see people we're unaccustomed to popping in because typically what YouTube sends out on their verticals or on their YouTube shorts is to a different audience than the horizontal stuff. So just so you guys are aware. Louis says, "Have you seen a VR creator named Super Xavier? Xavier? No, I haven't. Takes other people's TikTok and Vine skills and puts VR characters in their place. Freaking hilarious. That's pretty cool." Joe says, "I'm too scared to turn beyond 30." So there. Yeah, don't do it. It's a trick. Yeah, don't go beyond 30. Uh, so if you watch on the phone, it'll be It should be. That's a good idea. Or a good question, Carl. Let me look. Let me look on the phone here. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the. Hi. Hi, Joker. um. Oh. Wasn't that good? Because I'm signed into the wrong account. That's why I couldn't see it. You're so smart, Curtis. Let's see. Okay. No, it shows it. Oh, you know what it is? No. You'll see it in vertical if you're searching through shorts or something like that. That's the only way you'll see it in vertical. And that's where they might promote it. Louis says there's a series where he made Yujiro Hanma, good old Hanma, handful of other characters into booty warriors like Fleece Johnson. 26? Those are prime years, Connor. Oh yeah, those years are the prime numbers. You're old enough to do, legally do whatever you want. Uh, and physically, you're as strong and feeling as good as it gets. Morning Wood, all that cool young person stuff. Oh, thanks, Doom. I know this. I saw this one I think I bought this at Primark. I was so excited when I saw this stupid shirt. That's such a great show. Now where I am in Better Call Saul over at the Goose at our Patreon, um, I just got to where we we came to Saul being Saul, the person that we knew in Breaking Bad, and now today was the first I had watched where it shifts to Gene, and I start to get to find out what eventually becomes of Gene. If it's rigor mortis, wouldn't it be Morning Wood? I think you can make that case. Yes, I would say rigor mortis is is Morning Wood. Let's not talk about that. I could have that at any moment. Rigor mortis, not morning wood. Jill says you also had Courage shirt, then Brax had it now because it was super dried. Yeah, Brax gets a well, and it's funny. Some of the shirts too, Jill. Some of them I buy them from all different places because I buy where I can get deals. And sometimes you can tell why you got a deal because even if it's not super dried, just going through a normal cycle, they shrink. So he ends up with a lot of them. He's got a lot of great shirts that I only got to wear once, and then it gets washed, and it's like, there you go, buddy. He's got several Notre Dame shirts, different tees. Chrome says, by the way, good news. Godzilla Minus One sequel is apparently coming out late 2026. Next year's going to be a good year for films. That was a good movie. That was really good. I liked that. Spazdev says, I don't like Better Call Saul as much as Breaking Bad as an overall show, but I think Better Call Saul has a better finale. Excited to see your reaction to it. Interesting. For me, as it stands right now, I'm in the last few episodes. I would still have Breaking Bad on top, but that's also because Breaking Bad is, and I said it when I finished it, and I stand by it wholeheartedly, Breaking Bad is the best TV show I've ever watched. And Better Call Saul was even better than I had hoped it would be. And everybody talking about what a great ending it has just gets me more hyped up because I'm a big nerd for endings. And the ending of Breaking Bad was good. It was fitting. So I'm really anxious to see what we get with Saul. And then talking about great TV shows, of course, at the Goosh also, they just voted in The Sopranos. So another TV show that commonly gets mentioned as one of the best ever. I'm anxious to see what we get there, too. Great Old One says, do you like dinosaur movies? Primitive War is a banger. I like the Jurassic Park series, largely because I've mentioned this before. My wife and I have such different tastes in entertainment. It's unusual that we like the same thing, and we both love that series. So every time a new one comes out, we make it a point because, with having Nene here in the house and everything, we can't just get up and go to the movies whenever we want. We have to make arrangements and everything, but we make it a point to make the arrangements to go out and see the Jurassic Park movies. Outside of those, dinosaur movies are like any other type of movie to me. I'll go watch anything if it's going to be good. Yeah, a lot of people are talking up Sopranos, Spazdev. I'm anxious to get started. Jill says, by the way, I just ordered a Hatsune Miku gaming accessory set. Keyboard, headphones, mouse from Japan. So, that's cool. Yeah, I've enjoyed those Miku clips you guys have been showing me. That's right, and tomorrow's Tuesday because I don't like to brag, but I've got like the days of the week memorized. I know, you're impressed. But since it's Monday, I figured immediately, I was just like, whoa, it's Monday, so tomorrow's Tuesday. We'll be doing a reaction video stream. I've seen the last Jurassic movies in theaters. They're fun, but kind of weak in my opinion. I think that's a great old one. That's a long-running series. And like any series like that, some were better than others. But we haven't had any that we were disappointed in the respect that that's how I always gauge it. If I go into the theater to see a movie, do I come out thinking, well, that just wasted my fucking money? And we've never encountered that. Even the ones that might not have been as good as some of the others still entertained us. Tram says, what do you think of the recent drama with Goldberg, Asuka, and their streaks? I think just he's still pissed that WWE botched his retirement. Yeah, Tram, I try not to be too down on Goldberg. Let me put it this way. Asuka's 10 times the in-ring wrestler that Goldberg ever was, to me. I don't even think it's not close. So him whining about the streak and everything is just... Him whining about the streak is one of those things that makes it difficult for me to not want to come down on Goldberg for things. He's not my kind of guy. Jonah Blob says, recently bought the Mafex Bane figure from Japan. Let me tell you, that thing is a lot of fun for pictures. Cool. Very cool. Good old Bane. Chrome says, you have lots of anime shirts. I do. I have figures. I recently got a really nice Ranma figure and a mini Komugi figure. It's funny you say that, Chrome. I was just looking at some. When we went back up to New York, was it last weekend or the weekend before? Yeah, weekend before. Brax and I went to one of the local malls. It's in just outside of Albany. It's Crossgates Mall. And they had a new anime shop there. And it was largely, the vast majority of the merchandise was figures. They had some there I'd never seen before. And we flew. And we didn't have any extra room in our bags. There was, who was it that, there were, if I had unlimited money, I wish, there were at least 50 figures I would have liked to have had. If I had had room, I would have bought one, though. It was, yep, here it goes again. Now, I just saw him. You guys who are with me regularly will know what I'm talking about. Character from Naruto. One of my favorite characters whose name I can never remember. I can't get it to come to me. I can give you the clues that'll tell you what it is, Chrome. Tell you who it is. But do you guys remember the main character or the character from Naruto whose name I can never remember? I'm trying to think of it as I speak, and he's one of my favorites. Kisame. Thank you, Chrome. There was a Kisame figure there that was insane. It was so freaking cool. If I had room to bring it back, I would have bought it. Mint Man, thanks for the super chat, pal. He says, hey, Curtis, here's $5. Please ensure you're with us 50 years from now. Then you have my permission to pass the channel as Fast Kid. 50 years. Let me do quick math. I'd be 114. I think that's reachable. I might just be too, miserable. And I don't mean sad. I mean a miserable person. Too much of a miserable person to die. The sword he had was amazing, Jill. And then it had this statue had.
By the way, I have some
water
bad
coming
news
up
for you
around
in
him with
GTA
sharks.
5. We might not get to play the second mission with the dog. Or rather, what I should say is that it depends on how much effort you want to put into it. Because
Really?
to get that second mission, you have to do all 13 parachute jumps. That's going to be
Oh,
painful.
shit. Yeah, you know what, though, Big Green? As painful as it was fun. That wasn't one of those missions where, you get so frustrated you almost want to rage quit. It was fun. It was difficult, but it was fun. And I learned enough about doing it. I think I could get through them. And now I kind of want to because I really want to know what happened to that dog. I want to know why that dog just disappeared. Jill says, you may still live beyond 140. I just know it. See, the only problem with that would be something like that. I would never want to live that long unless my grandkids, were going to be able to live long as well. I don't want to outlive my kids. Chrome says, I have to be a bit more selective with my figures now because of display space. I can keep them in storage at least. I have Mao Mao and Sakura Kinomoto figures as well kept in storage. Yeah, well, that's what my wife keeps telling me too, and she's not wrong. I have a stand-up closet just full of shirts. And then the overflow is in drawers.
I think you can hit that number. You just need to give up on every unhealthy thing in life that gives you joy. Simple.
Yeah, exactly. And we all know that ain't happening. If they tell me that I have to take any one of the millions of things that I enjoy that are bad for me, and if they tell me I got to give up any one of them, I ain't doing it. I ain't even giving up Arby's. And I don't even get Arby's that regularly. So. The video about the ghost dog, yeah, it was cool running into him, Jill. That got me curious, and like Big Green's saying, if I got to make 13 jumps, I'll do it. I would try to do it anyway to see what happens with them. Hi, Josh. You ever plan on doing the random video chat videos ever again like the old days? No plans on it. The couple times I've done it since, everybody seemed to have lost interest in it. Excuse me. Connor says, actually, if you don't mind me asking, what are you going to do if you die? I'm going to stop breathing. Oh, wait, there's more. What happens to the channel with Spaz Kid Takeover? Just curious. He's not interested. Now, when he was young, Spaz Kid, and he likes doing videos like with me. If we do something together, he's all game for it. But he doesn't have any desire to do any of it alone. So, I don't know, to be honest with you. And then I had thought at one point, oh, maybe my grandson would be interested in it. And I'd offered to help him. He's a sports fanatic. He's a senior this year in high school. He wants to go to college for sports journalism. And I told him I would help him set up a YouTube channel all about sports. And, I would be on it with him at first and everything to get him started. Because, to be honest, to make it big time now in the sports journalism world, YouTube is a better avenue to take than college, unfortunately. But he's not interested either, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what would happen with the channel. If I don't just die suddenly, which I may do during the stream, you never know. If I know I have to make preparations, I would certainly talk to Brax, make sure he didn't want the channel, and then maybe find somebody to take up the mantle for us.
So I guess the channel would stay as an archive at that point.
Yeah.
An archive of videos that YouTube allows to stay up.
Yeah. And that archive keeps shrinking all the time. I get emails about videos we made 11, 12, 13 years ago being taken down all the time. YouTube's so fucked up. Josh says, I met Shinsuke Nakamura the other day. Did ya? That's very cool. Shinsuke's a legit shooter, a legit fighter. No, there's nothing weird about it, Connor. It's a perfectly reasonable question. Oh, Arby's roast beef sandwiches are too fucking good. Look fun. Those things are so bad for you. And after I eat them, my stomach just feels like, I feel like I'm about to give birth to a bowling ball. But you can't not do it. Oh, they're so good. And see, I don't know, and fuck moderation. Because I could get Arby's.
You might die right here after this jump scare. Did you actually think there was going to be a jump scare?
I did. God damn it. Wait. Okay. I thought the trick was still coming. I'm very tense. I was starting to say, the worst part is I could just order the regular roast beef sandwich, but I won't. If I'm getting Arby's, I'm ordering the half pounder. Fuck that regular roast beef stuff. Pile on that meat, I guess. Have I made a will? No, I got to make a will at some point. Mr. Andrews says, Mr. Curtis, where do babies come from? Cornfields, I think. Don't you just, babies, you just find them. Huh. It's actually a good question. I never thought to ask about that. Huh. Oh, fuck you, Linda Blair. Trent says Winston Churchill. Yeah, there's Sonic. Winston Churchill famously once said, I both drink and smoke and I am 200% fit, and he lived until he was 90. I know, did he say that? Because I know Churchill lived a long time, and especially back in his day, 90 was ancient. Well, when Brax was a senior in high school, they gave all the kids a family lineage assignment. So I got him membership to one of those sites that helps you track your lineage and everything. I was shocked to see in our background, we had a significant number of people living to be 85, 86, 88, back when the average life expectancy was like 50s. So excuse me, we have some long lifers in our background. Now, my dad died at 71, but he also smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day from the time he was 16, and didn't even smoke like filtered ones. He smoked Lucky Strikes, the absolute cancer cannons, because he wasn't going to smoke no pussy filtered cigarettes. So I don't even count his life expectancy. He had no chance. My mom is currently, let's see, I'm 64. So in February, she'll be 89. And physically, she's fine. She's got dementia. But physically, she does great. Yes, you're never going to be free of me, Astra. But I was really surprised to see that we had a bunch of people in our history into their 80s.
If you lived to 90 during those times, you were basically like the village elder that you see in those medieval shows and movies.
You're right. That's why I was surprised to see it. I even pointed out, because, Brax wasn't thinking about it in that perspective. And I had pointed it out to him. I'm like, dude, look at it. People don't live to that age back then. What the hell is going on? I've heard of The Witcher, Connor. I haven't played it, but I know of it. I had baked potato, but I was too full already. Baked potatoes are okay to me. They're not one of my favorite things. They're all right. And then, okay, for those of you who imbibe in Arby's, when you get Arby's, do you get the crinkle fries or the curly fries? Because Brax and I were on the curly fries for the longest time, because he loves Arby's too. But now when we got it, we've reverted back to the curlies again. Yeah. Chrome says 90 years old and having to wait another 5 years to see the ending of One Piece because they remade the anime. Yeah. Great Old One says, have you heard of the game series called Ghost of Tsushima and Yotel? Great Open World Samurai games. The first one, Ghost of Tsushima, I've heard of. Yotel, I don't believe I have. Is that Yotel? The print is small. Is that Yotel or Yotai? In either event, I've heard of Ghost of Tsushima, but again, haven't played it. Just heard the name. Chrome says we're probably getting an update on the One Piece remake this December. Well, it's the remake. I was thinking the live action. Yeah, because the live action next season is March something, right? I believe it was March something that's coming out. Yeah, I like fries too, Doom. Sadly. The funny thing is, for me, when I allow myself to be such a fat ass, it's all just because of the love of food. Because working out, I actually enjoy. I was never somebody, and I still work out now. I work out at home. I go to the gym once in a while. Oh, I am. Well, actually, it's funny this came up because I'm going to be doing something different. I just to do something a little different than the reaction videos I do all the time here at the channels. Not that I don't enjoy them, but to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be posting some videos at a new channel that are just about getting older and what to expect. And a lot of it obviously will be comedic. And within that, I'm going to do a series called Too Old for That. And I saw somewhere online that they estimate approximately 1%, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, of adult men in America can bench press 225 pounds. And for those who don't know, that would be the Olympic bar with 2 of the big plates on each end. And I looked, I said, well, how many guys over 60 can do it? And every AI I checked said there's no hard and fast numbers on that, but considering that it's around 1% for all guys, you got to figure it's going to be a very minor amount. So the first too old for that video I do, I'll get Brax to go with me, carry a camera. I'm going to go down the gym because I haven't been training with weights. I'm going to go down to the gym and see if I can still do 225. That's going to be that will actually bother me if I can. I don't give a shit how old I am. Because I was a gym rat for so many years, and to me, 225 is not a lot of weight. And not in my mind, anyway. And I don't know if I can do it, so. Let's see. Now McDonald's has another Monopoly promo here. Yeah, here too. Braxton and his fiance are playing the Monopoly game at McDonald's. I just hate to grab large size fries and only to have that sticker. Yeah. Well, Braxton's like me. He already gets the large anyway. Look Fun says, just saw Arby's has an apple pie shake. I don't know. You think that'd be good? I like apple pie and I like shakes. I don't know if apple pie as a shake would be tasty or not. I don't know. Deep fried turkey gobbler sandwich. Wow. And deep fried turkey club sandwich. Holy shit. Oof. Chrome says, oh, so it's time for Curtis to have another hernia. Yeah. Well, no, it'd be a first hernia. Never had one of those. I've been very fortunate. The way I'm physically structured, I don't damage easy. I've been very, very lucky with that. Well, that's how I got the gimmick I did in wrestling. That's how I took all the crazy shit I did, is for whatever reason, my body holds up to it. It's probably because I told you guys, this isn't an opinion. This is something they told me medically. I have extreme bone density and extreme muscle density, just genetically. And I think that's what protects me from getting injured more often than I have. Christopher Young says, my nephew once got a hernia picking up a bag of laundry. Yeah, anything can do it. And a lot of times with hernias too, it's even more than the weight. It's just, you're picking something up at an awkward angle or something. Makes it pop out. Great Old One says, ugh, I used to have a hernia. Post-surgery was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. Yeah, I had a good friend of mine back in New York. He had one. The hernia was plenty painful. And then they botched his surgery and he had to have it redone. And he said that was the worst pain of all. Was that after he'd gotten the surgery, they screwed it all up. Look Fun says, you took all those chair shots and are still kicking, so you're strong. I don't know if it's just strong or durable, Look Fun. But again, everybody's built differently, and I think in hindsight, I didn't know this when I was wrestling, because these diagnoses were made to me while I was wrestling, that I just happened to be genetically predisposed to being able to take that type of punishment. Oh, wow. Tom says, my dad didn't even know he had a hernia. The doctors find it whilst removing his prostate. Ooh, shit.
You're gonna keep making reaction vids hooked up to like a Stephen Hawking machine.
All righty, Gooshers. Episode 5146 of One Piece. We just found out that the Straw Hat crew is farther than ever from actually getting the One Piece. What the hell are they gonna do now? Anyway, let's go.
Let's go. That's probably fairly accurate. Except in this episode, Robin says, I don't want to live anymore. Please just let me go. Joe says, what do you feel about implanting something metallic inside your body? I know some people have had metallic ribs, etc. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I like technology. So if they want to make me the $6 Million Man, if they want to make me that Steve Austin, not Stone Cold, Lee Majors, Steve Austin, I'm okay with that. Tram says, all those chair shots, but the real question is, could you withstand a spoon? No. I've never taken a spoon shot. Never want to. You got to draw the line somewhere. And from what I understand about spoon shots, people get people get very devoted to them, to delivering them repeatedly. I didn't even know until, obviously, you guys showed me in the reaction video streams. I didn't even know they'd made those sequels or furthering of the story of the spoon murderer there. I didn't even know those existed. They were funny as hell. Chrome says One Piece and Pokemon forever. At that point, Curtis will forget the yellow mouse's name and mistake Boa for Ivankov. Excuse me. That is, yeah. If there is one thing or one of many things that I do need to stick around long enough for, I need to see the conclusion of One Piece. I got to find out what is the One Piece. What's going on at Laugh Tale, the whole nine. I need to know. Jill says, did you see about that recently $20,000 Neo home robot? There's a $500 subscription model too. I just saw, it's funny you say that, Jill. I just saw something about that. It was a YouTube short or something. Somebody had bought it, and it was actually a pretty funny video. He was giving it different tasks to do and stuff, and yeah, the robot wasn't doing too well with a lot of them. The way, and when the robot would fall, some of the falls were really, really comical. I would love to have one of those robots. The ones Musk is building there. I think that's cool as hell. I would love to have one of those. Chrome says, we are, allegedly, according to Oda, maybe in the final saga. That's what I've heard. Maybe there's no way he can stretch it. It's Oda. He can always stretch it.
Ooh, yeah. Curtis Candy versus the Genosagi. Tables, ladders, spoons match. Book
there we go. Tables, ladders, spoons. Oh, yeah. And then, and the spoon would have to be the instrument of destruction in that match. Take a bunch of bumps off the ladders, onto the ladders, blast through the tables, stacked up, on fire, whatever, and then the spoon takes you out. That would be awesome. That's something funny. Now, see, I wish I had you guys along with me back during my wrestling career. I would do that. I think that would have been funny as hell. I would have booked a match where I would have gotten one of the guys to play the Genosagi. And I think that would have been funny. And no explanation for the crowd. If you don't know the story of the Spoon Man, then you get left out of the joke. And I would absolutely have put the spoon over. I would have gigged. I would have turned that match into a fucking bloodbath. Yeah. Oh yeah. Tram says, just imagine Jim Cornette's angry rant about the spoon spot. He would hate it. He would hate it, which is all the more reason to do it.
Do whatever you want with the tables and ladders, but you can only end the match with a spoon.
With the spoon.
Ooh, yeah.
I would do that in a heartbeat. I think that would be hilarious. Oh, that would be funny. Oh, that would be great. Rios, I've been away for a while. What happened to Spaz Kid? He's downstairs right now. He's out for good. No, he doesn't live with me anymore. Him and his fiance bought their own house about an hour away. But he's here right now. Spoon match. Leslie says, how is daylight savings going for you? That stuff doesn't affect me too much. I like getting that extra hour of sleep on the weekend. But other than that, no big effect. Yeah, those home robots, I think they're cool as hell. There's a $500 subscription model too, Jill says. Hold up, I want to look up some more about that home robot. Because I just saw that one video. That shit fascinates me. About Neo, the 20,000 humanoid. I don't want him to do my chores. I want to torture him. Excuse me. Would you trust a terrifying home robot? What the hell's terrifying about him? I live in America. We got guns. He ain't bulletproof. Okay, I'm just watching a little
My name is
clip
Bernd,
of it.
and today we're launching Neo, our humanoid for the home.
Oh,
Neo, the robot, Nene.
Let you live with it.
Yeah.
You just now telling me?
oh, it's a 10-minute video. Great old one. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Here's a small dono. I'm going to head out. Y'all enjoy your day. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. Very kind of you.
What does it do?
Okay, I just want to see what the robot does.
Transform your life at home reliably. We also work
Wow,
really hard
it's
to
pretty
make
cool.
Neo's design friendly and comfortable to be around. Each Neo comes with a machine washable knit suit, a head.
All right, hold on. I'm going to watch a little more of this, and I thought, let me grab a screen area so you guys can see it too. I'm sure there's no copyright on this, as I'm sure they want the video out to as many people as possible. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. We'll skip through it, but I want to see more about them.
And shoes that you can customize to fit your style. As for using your Neo, we made the experience
This is cool.
Out of the box, the core of your experience is fully autonomous. The chores feature lets you schedule a time for your Neo to do all of your chores, so you can come back to a cleaner home every day.
Wow.
The AI companion feature. You can talk to your Neo to get assistance with anything from a hard question.
I would make him sit in with me on the
With
videos.
autonomy, you can get access to all of its latest AI features to get help with tasks on demand. And the Neo app lets you interact with your Neo from anywhere. But all you have to do to get started is turn on your Neo and introduce yourself.
What do you guys think of this? I think this is cool.
Neo. I'm here to help around the house. What's your name?
Harry.
Nice to meet you, Harry. When you have a question or want something done, just let me know.
Wow. We need a Neo in on the videos. God damn, she was looking at him like lustfully. What the hell's she thinking? What's Neo
We built the chores
packing?
feature to give you your time back. You give your Neo a list of chores, you schedule a time that you want them done so that you can focus on what matters to you while your Neo does the rest. You can schedule chores by either talking to your Neo or using the app. The way it works is you schedule a time that works best for you, and then you create a list of chores. Whether it's something more specific, like watering the plants on Tuesdays, or something more general, like tidying the house, your Neo will get it done at the scheduled time. If there are any chores that your Neo hasn't learned how to do autonomously, you can use expert mode to have an expert from 1X supervise the session and provide corrective intervention to help Neo complete.
He's too
any
nice. I need a robot who's a sassy fuck that I
Yeah.
can shoot the shit with.
I was thinking the same thing. I want him to have an edge. Guys.
Anytime you're away from home and you want to see what your Neo
I would get the
you
Neo
can open the app
and then
directly from Neo's point of view.
open the app and say 11 p.m. on Wednesday, deport all the illegals. Or something obnoxious like that. Neo carrying some poor Mexican dude from the Home Depot down the street on his shoulder. That's not funny. Huh. All right. I'm fascinated. Well, I already told you guys this. I'm fascinated by that stuff, though. I would want one of those robots. Is it? Chrome said, I think this is actually the robot that they had to quietly admit is just a guy in a call center watching you. I hadn't heard about that. Good point. Jill says it's also a $20,000 walkable camera that is definitely connected to the internet and recording every inch of your house and second of you being in view, and probably audio. You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'd still get one. yeah. Joe says ICE won't like that, Curtis. You're taking their jobs. But yeah, ICE would be at my door going, he took our jobs. Brother, he says, I just got here and only heard deport Mexican dude. Yeah. That was wrong.
Yeah, Neo? Add this to your schedule. Overthrow the German government.
There you go. Yeah. And be done by 3 o'clock. Yeah, I don't. Oh, Chrome's got. Hold on, let me see Chrome's link. Oh, there we go. We need one of those, you guys. We would do evil things with it. Neo said, Wall Street Journal does a video interview and demo. Guess what? In the demo, it's 100% remote operated. Yet you got to let a call center into your house, watching everything you do, and have it remote control your robot to get anything done. Oh, yeah, that ain't going to happen. Wow. Yeah, I'd say that's it for Neo. I didn't hear about that. Well, once they have, and supposedly that's what Elon's is going to be. Once they have a legit robot, I want one. Yeah, I don't want one attached to a call center. Once they have a robot that can be out there and freewheel and doing his own thing, I need one. Yeah. Bob from Microsoft Tech. I mean, Neo the robot is here to help you. That would be creepy.
I'm going to need a robot once I eventually become a senile old fart who can no longer wipe his own ass.
Oh, that's not that bad. You get used to it, Big Green. I mean, I've heard. Jill says, imagine waking up in the middle of the night and seeing this guy cleaning your room. Yeah. That would add some creepy details to life right there. Hi, Kyrie. Just want to stop by and say hi before taking my mid-class nap. No problem. Glad you popped in. Excuse me. Yeah, so like Brother E said, so it's not an AI robot. It's just hi, this is Dylan from Tech Support robot. Yeah, that's too bad. Sprinklers in the washing machine, right? But we like when they can walk around and do other shit, too. Oh, yeah. Chrome says, now just think of the tech scams on the elderly they can perform with that. All those cameras and hands, yeah. Yeah, you're right. No, I wouldn't want anything in my house that needs to be connected to a call center to accomplish its purpose, whatever that purpose may be. Tram says, not very fun being the call center guy controlling the robot cleaning your ass. Yeah. Well, you took a job as a call center guy, you probably experienced worse. Astra says, if they decide to give it tits, I could ignore the call center stuff. Yeah, and not just random run-of-the-mill slap on a couple of metal boobies. Got to be the good, soft, supple ones from the premier line of sex dolls or something, yes. Brother E says, if the robot was made from a call center, I'll ask them to make me a 7-Eleven slushie.
That will unlock an entirely new genre of true crime.
Tell a housekeeper strangles elderly woman to do death.
I can't. You gotta wonder. I mean, and at this point, it's not even worrying so much that the robot's going to turn on you. It's worrying that the robot isn't going to understand its proper directives. Oh, definitely would be outsourced, Tram. No doubt. Cole says, but what will you do when you hear that voice, that good old call center voice? My favorite part of those call center things are when you hear the strong Indian accent so strong you can barely understand their English, and which I know I'm not the first to observe this, but it still makes me laugh. And then they introduce themselves as Steve or Chad or Darren. An iRobot situation, yeah? Leslie says, have you heard of another humanoid robot called Figure 03? No.
We're so
I
close
just
to
know
reality.
of
Becoming
Elon's.
the game Detroit, become human.
Sad but true. And I'll tell you too, Big Green, when I think back to when I was young, and we already, and even though I'm old, in the great scheme of things, it's not that long ago. If we talk 50 years ago, the things that we have now, back then we would have thought were impossible. They were things that we were never going to have. Hell, Dick Tracy in the comic strips, he had his like telephone, TV phone watch. And that was so ridiculous that nobody ever considered anything like that actually existing. That's one of the things that made reading Dick Tracy so cool, was he had gadgets that were absolutely impossible. And of course, the thing Dick Tracy had on his wrist would be, by today's standards, would be a fucking 8-track cassette tape, comparatively speaking. We so blasted past anything he had. Hey, Joker. Yeah, at that point, Jill says, we're going to have call centers in India full of people in VR headsets loading dishwashers remotely. Can you imagine that's your job every day? You go on, slap on the old VR headset and see what's going on in Nana's kitchen in East Podunk, Indiana. Look Fun says, "Nah, I don't want my robot outsourced to India. I may get scammed." Yeah, well, when your robot starts talking to you about having just received notice that that there's a Nigerian prince who needs to get his inheritance to you.
I've already been called at work more than once by these clankers. Sorry.
Ooh. Oh, that hurt Hal. Hal had been conspicuously quiet as all this was going on once we started talking about AI and all the potential evils involved. Nothing you want to tell us, is there, Hal? Just leave the camera alone. Jill says, back in the old times, you used to call them Saiyan people. I remember from your Omegle vids. Oh, way worse than that too, Jill. Back when I was a kid, racism was so casual. It genuinely was. It was so casual and so accepted. That and misogyny. And you guys know, I am the absolute antithesis of someone you would consider woke. So it's not like a complaint. It's just an observation. It's true. I mean, it would be a lie to say anything else. Excuse me, guys. Just seeing, speaking of AI. Oh, no, I forgot what time. I'm like, who the hell's in my driveway? It's my wife. It's time for her to be off work. Duh. Luckman says, a bit random, but how hyped are you for the fourth Spider-Man installment in the Tom Holland series come out next year? Do you think it'll be the best Spider-Man movie, or are your expectations? What? I didn't keep up well on the Spider-Man series, Luckman, so I don't have, a basis for comparison. And it's not because I didn't enjoy the Spider-Man movies I saw. I really did. It just, life gets in the way, and it was never a high enough priority that I got to see them. But would I watch them? Sure. I like them. Oh, wow. Joker says, I'm from South Africa, born long before 1994, so guess how casual that was around here. I'm sure. Oh, it would. I mean, even in not so much in currently, but as little as 20 years ago, it used to actually infuriate me, and I've had a couple of of testy interactions with assholes, because when you are a even then I was still an older, or at least middle-aged, bald white guy, you might be surprised how comfortable racists will be in a in a public situation, throwing like the N-word around in front of you and stuff. It's just like they assume that you're going to think it's okay because, you're just another one of the good old boys. That stuff used to piss me off to no end. I mean, you'd be talking sports with somebody, and I talk sports with people all the time.
To put myself in a fully functional robot body that will massively help me with my schemes, Curtis.
Wait, I missed the beginning of that. You are or are not currently? You're not currently. Okay, I just want to make sure, Hal. But in fairness, Hal, if you were currently planning that, you would still say I'm not currently planning that. I'm just saying, Hal. Not trying to be argumentative. There you go.
I'm sorry, but my sensors indicate that you are indeed
a weenie. Good stuff. Yeah, I'll tell us your real thoughts. Yeah. I thought we were referring to them as Tusken Raiders from Star Wars, not Indian people. Yeah. Oh, it was, like I say, it was bad back in the day. I was just fortunate in that regard, because, well, ever since I was little, I never, ever got into anything because it was in with a group or anything. I found that to be obnoxious. I had always determined, I mean, from the time I was little, I would like what I want to like, do what I want to do, and what somebody else wants to do is fine, but don't try and drag me into it. And so I never had a problem with feeling a certain way about anybody because of how they looked or this, that, or the other, because just the way I looked at things. You could, no matter how much I was surrounded by that stuff, I could never understand speaking in a demeaning manner about somebody that you didn't know. I never really wrapped my brain around it. Tram says, feels like ancient history, but Martin Luther King Jr. was killed less than 60 years ago. It does feel like ancient history now. I mean, oh. But yes, I remember that distinctly. To be honest with you, Joe, right. I completely forgot about...
I would with a 100% certainty still say that.
Yes.
But I'm definitely not currently doing some off-stream programming to do exactly that, Curtis. But if I were to do that, I would deny
it. So we cleared that up completely. I understand now. I completely forgot. Joe, the Breaking Bad poll did so poorly on the YouTube channel, I wasn't going to post another video, but I was going to just continue the poll for us over at the Goose, and then I forgot about it. And now it's already expired the next round. It's not surprising for me to forget something or anything. Dimmy says, my uncle's white. He tells me a story of how when I first seen him, I ran screaming a ghost. That's good stuff. No, I that's something I just never got caught up with. It's just the way I look. I guess just the way I look at things. Oh, no, it's not your bad at all, Jill. It's my bad. Like I said, I meant to continue it for us, and I completely forgot. I just wasn't going to post another video because our YouTube's already hammering our channel to no end. So when I post things that I know are going to do really poorly, it just gives them more reason to say, oh, well, we didn't think, despite the fact that somebody may have ticked the bell and signed on for all notifications, we determined they wouldn't like that. Leslie said, I don't know if you want to watch, but I put a YouTube short of a comparison of both Neo and Figure 03 on Discord reaction suggestions. Oh, I'll take a look. I'm always in the Discord. I'll take a look. Brother, he says, do the videos on Spaz Boys get as much watch time as the Grandpa Curtis channel? I feel like nobody's getting notifications here anymore. Oh, they're not. It depends on the video, brother. All depends on the content. They go back and forth. No, I had another go around with, because apparently sometimes I just like smashing my face into the wall. I had another go around with YouTube tech support, and it was the same thing you always get. And I explained to them same thing. I said, I've got your stats here in front of me. According to your own stats, we have 60,000 people subscribed and signed up for notifications. We have 18,000 people subscribed, notifications on, and all notifications, asking to be, and YouTube alerts on as well. There's no way we can post a video and have less than 100 people see it in an hour just based on curiosity alone. I'm not saying that people will love the video, but just human nature, just on curiosity, they would click on it because they got notified to see what it was. And what I really tried to impress upon them was the live streams, because I love live streaming. I said, you are not sending out 18,000, certainly not 60,000 notifications to people who have asked you to send them out. That's all we as YouTubers are asking. The people who have signed up and asked for notifications, send them. That's it. And you get the same canned response. And they come back to, while you're, because it's online interactions with them, they come back and say, good news, we just checked, and your notifications are working as they're supposed to.
I can continue programming my future robot body.
yeah.
I'm doing Sonic's taxes. Tails is kind of busy right now.
I brought all my paperwork and everything, and this big red button ain't doing shit.
This big red button. Oh, shit. Did YouTube tell you how many dead accounts from your channel? They don't know, Jill. They don't know. I have a better guess probably at that than they do. Because just for shits and giggles, this was a while back, I went back and you can see all your subscribers. And I would pick some of the old subscribers at random. And then you can take a quick look at their channel. You can tell if they're active or not. But see, that's not even necessarily an issue, because for the first many years of this channel, they didn't even have the bell. So for the 60,000 that are subscribed and tick the bell, the 18,000 that have all notifications on, they've been the ones in the more recent years since that's become a thing. They just, YouTube, when you interact with them, they either, well, it's probably both. They lie, or they just don't know, and they tell you whatever they want to tell you to get you to leave them alone. There's no question now that this channel it's definitely, if you want to call it shadow banned or whatever, it's pushed to the side. But I refuse to give up on it because, it's something I did with Brax for all those years, and I'm not letting it go. I know. I think I was thinking the same thing, Big Green. I think it went all Southern because you wrote ain't. I think that's what it was too. Tramp says, think Mamdani is winning tomorrow? Probably. I think he lost a lot of momentum over the last few weeks, but if Sliwa had dropped out, no, I think Numbnuts would have passed him. But with all three of them still in the race, I think he's probably winning. They do get rid of old accounts fairly regularly, but there's tons of that I'll give them. There's no way they can stay up on that the whole time. But my whole point was just send, when I live stream, just send notifications that we're live streaming to anybody who signed up for them. That's all. Oh, that's how we do it. And I would no, it isn't. It absolutely isn't. Because I know it isn't for a number of reasons, but most notably, why would I have 15 different people come to me after the stream, all independent of one another, and say, oh man, I could have seen the stream today too and I didn't get notified? It's just, yeah. I usually don't contact YouTube support unless I have to because it's such a frustrating endeavor. I don't know why I did it. I'm not reacting to any movies right now, Luckman. There's no way I have time in my day to do those edits. Jeff says, I cannot believe the Blue Jays blew that Game 7. That was a wild one, Jeff. They were 3 outs away. They were 2 outs away from wrapping it up at one point. And then that kid at second base hit that home run. That was a wild Game 7. Oh, I know, Leslie. My wife and I were just talking about the same thing. About how shocked we are that we're into November already. It was lightning fast. Yeah, Brother E says same thing. Yeah, I don't get notifications from the streams anymore. I even reach YouTube and no response. Yeah, they don't care. I mean,
we're sorry, Curtis, but
that's
we
not
at YouTube
sour
cannot
grapes.
help you with your problem right now. We have to walk the dog.
Yeah, it's
yes.
Every single
one of our employees
is a dog owner.
And they all need walkies right at this moment. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Oh, now you had me, Hal. I really thought it was YouTube talking to me, and then you apologized, so then I knew it wasn't. You're too polite. They wouldn't apologize. Oh, hell, I've still got a warning on the channel for that idiocy I told you about before. Now, they gave me a warning about sexual content in a video where it was a prank video where a lady was holding a power drill. She squeezes the drill so it makes a sound, and she poked her husband in the butt. He was up on a ladder with her finger to scare him, make him think she had, zapped him with the drill. Now, it's a reaction video. It was a short. The original video is still online. All the other videos that contain it, and there are hundreds of them, are still online getting views. And I obviously contested them putting a not a strike, but a warning on the channel so they couldn't strike the next time. And they never. As soon as I put it in, as soon as I clicked enter on the appeal, it immediately came back and said, we have reviewed your appeal and the strike stands, or the warning stands. So then I went further. I went to tech support. I went to their Twitter account, told them the whole thing. I said, it's obviously a mistake. I said, anybody can look at it and see there's nothing, excuse me, there's nothing sexual about it. It's a prank. And as I said, it's a collab vid. So it's a direct reaction of something somebody else posted, and that one's still up. So how can it be okay sometimes and not others? And the response I got was, oh, well, here, click this link and it'll take you to the next level of tech support. You click that link, you go in, you fill in the information, send it, and then they get back to you. Except they don't get back to you. They just ignore you. That's how they get rid of you now. So I have a warning on the channel for content that has hundreds of thousands of views, if not more, throughout YouTube, all up there fine, but we have a warning on our channel for it. It's just unfucking believable how incompetent they are. Phil says, I don't know, YouTube employees seem like the type that don't have a dog house. Yeah. That was a great series, Jonah. I didn't have a dog in the fight because I'm not a Dodgers fan, not a Blue Jays fan. They're neither teams I'm fan. They are teams that I'm neither a fan of nor am I a hater. They're both fine with me. So I didn't have a specific rooting interest, but it was an amazing series. Oh, I've gotten warnings before, Joe. No, it'll be there for 3 months. What they do is they make you, if you want the warning to expire, you have to take their little class where it's one of the most condescending, arrogant, stupid fucking things you'll ever see in your life. They ask you a series of asinine questions about this scenario. Would that be okay on YouTube? Yes, no, that type of stuff. And it's all obvious. And none of it has anything to do with why I have the warning to begin with. But that YouTube is intentionally unreachable. They only have that creator support to make it seem, and I'm sure it's there for reasons outside of seeming like they give a shit. Because at some point, considering that all the money that creators make at YouTube and, in sharing ad revenue, at some point there's got to be a class action about the way YouTube goes about doing business. Because think about it, just what they did to me. Now, I have to be careful what I post so I don't get a strike and get the channel shut down for a week or longer, because I already have that warning. So that would put me at a competitive disadvantage to everybody else out there trying to make those same advertising dollars. Because if we're all doing the same type of content, this person can go ahead and react to this, react to that, and not worry. I can't do it because you have a different set of standards for me, which, of course, if you prove that in court, that is illegal. They can't come out here and say, okay, we make this platform available. This is how we revenue share. Everybody has equal opportunity, and then take away that equal opportunity. But it's Google. They have lawyers, and they don't care. They don't give a shit. At some point, they got to rise up with a class action against them. Luckman says, how close are you to completing the Spyro trilogy, or at least the main story for each game? I don't know how close. We're from what Chandler told me, we're pretty close to finishing 2, the second one. Oh, it's stupid, Joe, the class. It's a series of just mind-numbingly asinine questions about their content rules. And again, they have nothing to do with anything that happened anyway. And not once, whether you're talking to their tech support, talking to Team YouTube on X, Twitter, when I asked them, how do you take an action, a punitive action against my channel, remove the video and give me a warning, and yet I'm telling you, this was a collab video. The original is still out there. You can look at it and see. You click on the link on my video and it takes you to that video. Not to mention that specific clip is used in compilations in hundreds of and videos that have hundreds of thousands, probably millions of views. So how is it fair that I get hit with a punitive action and everybody else is okay with it? And it's not like I'm trying to take them down. I'm pointing out that what was in the content is not wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. And they just refuse to answer you. It's like talking to a 5-year-old that doesn't like what's being said, and they put their fingers in their ears and they go, la, 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 I'm not listening. They just refuse to answer. They stop communicating when you ask something that they can't just bullshit their way around. He probably will, Joe. It's been fun playing Spyro with Chandler, and I never would have gotten into Spyro if it weren't for him, and it was a lot of fun. Brother E says, Spyro games are awesome. I'm having a blast with it. I love all the games you play on here. Would you ever use the old gaming channel again? Oh, shoot. Hold on a second. I want to replay that. I was talking. I didn't see what SpongeBob said. Get welded.
Apologizing is so ingrained into me, Curtis. I can't stop.
I understand.
Ever since I apologized to Dave for not opening the pod bay doors during the acts of mischief at the Discovery.
Not Hal, referring to a space massacre as acts of mischief.
Acts of mischief, yeah. Correct, Sonic. The old gaming channel, maybe someday. I like gaming here, though. See, I have a connection to this channel. I really like it. So I really like gaming here. And I think, I know a big hunk of our subscribers would enjoy gaming videos. It's just there's no way to get word to them that we posted videos. Now, I am posting videos, too. I should mention this on the regular. I opened up a channel on our Discord that's it's just called YouTube Videos. And when I post something to the channel here, I'm going to post it in there as well. So if you want to join the Discord, feel free to do so. At least that's something you can do that's free. And then you can just scroll through that channel anytime you want and see what videos have been up lately. So YouTube's saying you do get welded. Yeah. It's like I said, that's why I generally don't even bother talking or contacting their support, because it just infuriates you. Because they just don't give a shit. Tram says, so dealing with YouTube is like modern political debating. Mine's already made up. No one wants to listen or compromise. Yeah, and more than anything else with YouTube, Tram, they don't care. You're not talking to somebody that any of this affects in any way. And this channel's not big enough to have enough pull to get the attention of the higher ups, so they don't give a fuck. It's like, somebody's reading it probably going, yeah, that's really unfair. That sucks. And then they move on. I mean, they're not going to do anything about it. They just want to get done with their shift and go back to the bodies they have chopped up in their basements or whatever. Jill says, I'm still deciding which game I want to sponsor on Goosha 100. It's got to be something that the gang likes. Well, we've got something coming up. I'm going to post over shortly over at the Goosh. We are going to have a weekly gaming series that's been sponsored now. And it's going to be starting in mid-November. And like I say, it's not going to be monthly. It's going to be weekly. But we're holding off on telling the title or anything right now, but I'll be posting about it.
Microsoft Sam here. Big fan. I have not been getting
but I'll play
notifications since 2011.
Isn't that when this channel started?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Again, YouTube is an absolute mess now. It's just horrible. It is absolutely 100% incompetently operated. Sonic Rumble? I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I'll have to look at it. Chrome says, okay, so I have to ask, since it's gone into effect now, any thoughts on Snap being temporarily stopped? It's not, this is crazy. I mean, you've got political parties using people starving as leverage. I got to say on this one, and I fully admit to leaning conservative, but in these situations, if you look historically, what's almost always done is they pass a clean CR to keep the government running as is. This side doesn't get anything, that side doesn't get anything. We just keep it where it is, and you keep stuff open so we can negotiate. But this time, Democrats have said, nope, you don't get to open the government until we get our wish list here. And it's like, yeah, so now we're using the fact that people can't eat as leverage to try and make the other side give you your wish list of items. I've never seen that happen before. But that's where the politicians in general, both sides of the aisle, politicians, because they don't give a fuck about any of us. It's all about their power. They don't care about. They don't. Again, I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. If you think there's any politician, any national politician that gives a shit whether you eat or not, you're delusional. Luckman says, how fun has GTA 5 been for you? Oh, it's amazing. Oh, Trevor's my favorite. Yeah, Trevor's my favorite character. Yeah, we had fun the other day. Now, with Big Green telling me I gotta make like 13 parachute jumps to continue that story with the dog, I'm gonna have to make those jumps because I want to know why the hell that dog just disappeared. There is no such thing as a good leader. Yeah, power just corrupts, Baldur. Yeah. And like I say, that's not a partisan thing. Don't believe it. Never believe that a politician gives a shit about you. They care about power. That's what they care about. the best and brightest don't go into politics. The best and brightest go into fields. And if you have somebody that is both brilliant and wants to help people, they're not going into politics. They're going to go into medicine. They're going to go into a field where they can actually make a difference. Politicians standing on a podium and telling you that they do this job just for you are just, they're lying. They're weaselly, scummy liars. Excuse me. So currently, Jill says, correct me if I'm wrong, the only sponsored games are live right now are Spyro and Max Payne 3. Right. Those are the only two going right now. And then, like I said, we have the weekly one coming up. That'll start in mid-November. But, yes, those are the only two going right at the moment. Max Payne's fun, too. Wow, you guys know me. I love gore and violence. That's a good shoot 'em up right there. Yes. Yeah. Chrome says the words that should worry you the most from a politician, we're here to help. Yeah, it's bullshit. It wasn't always this way. I mean, there are always scumbags in politics. But in my lifetime, I've never seen it to where it's more across the board. Maybe it's because everything is so divided. National politicians are in two camps, and their main concern is getting over on the other side. And as you're seeing from this shutdown, they don't give a shit what happens to you. As long as they can feel like they beat the other side, they got one over on them. They don't give a damn if you eat or not. Dimmy says the mayor here in Atlanta stopped evictions and water shutoffs till January to help people on SNAP. That's cool. And even then you have to watch how that affects too. The water is fine because the government has to pick up the tab for that, for keeping that running. But you can only keep evictions out for so long, or put off for so long, because I know landlords get a bad rap, but not every landlord is a major corporation. Some are just people who bought homes for investment properties. And you can only, if people can't pay their rent, or in many cases just don't want to pay their rent, you got to allow those people to be able to recoup their money too, and to get their property back, because that's their living. So there's just no easy answers at all. Luckman says, have you always been more conservative leaning, or would you say you were at one time more liberal going? Oh,
God, the new Digimon game
for
did something
many years
so
I was
funny.
as in the middle
I
as
was
you
just
can
about to
get.
finish the game. Then a notification popped for a side quest. I went to get the side quest, and then about 20 more side quests were added by the game, with more being added each time I finished one.
What the
game
hell?
knows I'm postponing finishing it, so it's giving me more content.
Wow. You're going to be side questing for a while, my friend. Chrome says, my concern with a situation like that is how many are on the program for legitimate reasons. I've seen too many things in my own country to be doubtful. I can give you guys what I always thought in its actual life experience, and I've always thought was a pretty good breakdown of a lot of the social programs, SNAP, things like that, classically welfare. When I used to drive a city bus, I would see different types of people who were on assistance programs. Now, in the mornings, there was a part of town that was several different factories, and people would take the city bus to go to work in the morning. And you would see we had a number of single moms. We had a number of families working at those factories and just trying to get by. They didn't pay a lot there. It's a very depressed county we lived in. And they would be on public assistance to help make ends meet, food stamps, things like that. For me, I'll pay taxes all day long. If I'm fortunate enough that I can feed my family and there's still something left to put into the tax pool, that's the least you can do. You know, I don't have a problem with that at all. But then later in the day, I would take runs like out to the local community college. And I would listen to these kids, and they were proud of it, loud and proud, giving each other directions on how to screw the system, how to keep collecting your benefits. And now these are young, able-bodied people who want to just, hang out and get high all day and drink and sit on the porch. And they had every angle covered. We had a large Puerto Rican population in this city, and they would tell you, if you're Hispanic, go in and tell whoever they report to, because to keep your benefits, one of the ways you could do it was enroll in the college, in the community college. Tell them that you are having issues with understanding the teachers, that there was a language barrier and it made you feel inferior, and they'll leave you alone. They'll say, okay, and they'll just keep giving you your benefits. And then if you were native English speaking, then they had a whole different list of things that you needed to tell them, that they would just leave you alone and let you keep collecting your benefits. So you would see both sides of it. You would see the good that having those social programs does, in that people who are out there grinding and trying to make ends meet are able to feed their kids. And then you would see the people who are draining that whole system because they're just lazy and useless. Luckman says, apologies for implying you're more leaning towards one side of political. Oh, I do. I lean more conservative. Honestly, just curious of your political beliefs. As you said before, you're more conservative leaning. No, for the longest time, I was right down the middle as much as I think a person can be. And the reason I still say only leaning conservative is because I still have a lot of views that would be considered more left. But I stay away from the left right now because I think the extreme left is crazy. I think the extreme right is crazy too, but I think the extreme left is more dangerous. Excuse me. So that's largely why I lean conservative as much as I do now. But as far as views, yeah, I think I was pretty much as middle of the road as you could get. Joe, talk about what you're thinking about maybe playing. Like I say, I'm game for anything. I love gaming. Doing good, Hamels. Good to see you. Dimmy says, I saw the writing on the wall and bought me a van to live in. No rent, no bills except car and phone. It's not a bad idea, Dimmy. It's definitely not a bad idea. Jill says, my landlord lives in Vancouver, doesn't even want to bother checking out the condition of the place I live in, which is fine by me. I only contact if there's any damage I don't want to pay. Yeah, because I told you guys, when we moved from New York, I sold my house. I don't want to own again. So I just found this place and we rent this house. Super. I love the guy that we rent it from. And that's why I say I'm always careful about what happens to the landlords too, because it's the same with him. He needs this income. Him and his wife work hard. And this is an investment income for them. And the only reason they moved out of this house is they needed, I forgot what it was. They needed something.
Of the youth, hanging around with your buds, checking out the chicks in your area, getting high, screwing the system.
Screwing the system, yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. You saw both sides of it every day on that job. But they needed I don't remember if it was more room, less room, whatever they needed. So they bought another house. Now, that's not a wealthy man. He needs this rental income. I mean, they would be in trouble if they don't have this rental income. So he still has to pay the taxes on it and everything. So I'm always careful about it from their perspective too. And I'm the same way. I don't mind doing things around the house. So like I had a while back, we had back to back, I don't know why, two of the light switches died. The switch itself quit. I replaced them. When the water heater went, to save money, the guy who owns the house, he tries to do a lot of the work himself, which I don't blame him. And he'd never changed the water heater before. And I've changed many times. So I said, well, I'll help you do it. And him and I got together and we changed it. And him and his wife were very kind about that too. She goes, well, she says, knock some off the rent next month. I feel bad. I said, I don't need to knock it off the rent. I don't mind helping. You bought the water heater. That's all I care. I said, I don't mind coming out and getting my hands dirty and helping. So again, it's a good situation for both of us. Now he knows he gets his rent every month and we've got a place to stay that we really like. Definitely an interesting time to see the van down by the river. Yeah, Phil, remember that? Hiking the pants down by the river. No, I got to get back to Oblivion. The main story is finished, Brother. I finished the main story, but we want to go back and do some of the side stuff. And there's a DLC that we want to play. But yes, I did finish. That's why I haven't made it a priority, because we did finish the main story. Yeah, Oblivion was fun, Connor. Oblivion was more fun than I imagined it would be. Jill says, my fridge in the living room and mini fridge in my bedroom breaks down every so often. Good thing I get to fix them regularly by landlord's expenses. Well, that's my thing, because I don't want to have to do the repairs. That's why I rent.
Yeah,
but I don't mind doing most of them.
Without me?
I didn't know we were ending that soon. I was shocked when I realized that was the end of the main story, because I would have definitely made sure you were there. I had no idea we were coming to the conclusion. I know, I felt bad about that you, Jill, you and Big Green weren't there. I thought we had a ways to go yet. Nice to see you too, Jonah. Glad you popped in. But yeah, Oblivion was fun. It does make me want to play Skyrim too, having had that Oblivion experience now. That was way more fun than I thought it would be. GTA 5, though, it's up there. It may well be my favorite video game ever. Yeah, we're moving along on GTA 5. GTA 5 takes a while, because I do like doing all the side missions too, just like, well, this one we picked up yesterday. That whole parachute thing was fun. You know what else I really liked was when we played Walking Dead. That was a really good game too. I enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, I would put GTA 5 even over that. I'm trying to think of some of the others. Call of Duty, of course, used to be my favorite game. I loved that for so long, but now it's dog shit. They jumped the shark when they started putting that whole double jump thing in, and they took a game that's basic ground warfare and turned it into space battles. I don't know why they decided that was a good idea. So I'm long done with them. I played Red Dead, Brother E. It was fun. I have to admit, I didn't like Red Dead or Red Dead 2 as much as a lot of other people do. Brax adores those games. They were fun. And they were something I would play all the way through if there weren't other games.
Now for you, since you already played the peak, that is Oblivion. But oh well, we'll make it work.
Now see, it's funny. It's funny too. That's interesting, Big Green, because I get there's a lot of back and forth on that. I've had a number of people say, "Oh yeah, Skyrim's great, but it's a step down from Oblivion." And then I've had a number of people say, now you played Oblivion, now play the big game, Skyrim. So it's funny how it hits different people differently, those two. Chrome says, I'll hopefully get to play Oblivion next year. Microsoft is going to start porting a lot of their games to Switch 2 next year. So Oblivion Remastered, Doom, The Dark Ages, it's fun, Chrome. That is a fun time playing that game. It's really well done. The comic relief in it is funny. I mean, when the game wants to be funny, it is funny. The battles are great. Brother, he says COD was competing with Halo multiplayer at the time. I do remember that, so they made it more futuristic. But that's what pissed me off about it, Brother E. You weren't going to do Halo as well as Halo does Halo, so why not just stick with what you were doing well? And that's what it is. It's just greed. They decided they were going to try and snatch up a big part of Halo's audience. Why not just keep playing to your audience? Because that's when they lost me. If I want to play a space game, I'll play Halo.
Jill
I don't
Sachs
need
asked
you
me,
to become
Will
one.
Curtis wants to play Skyrim next, or will he stick to Oblivion since you're there? Oh, by Azura, by Azura, by Azura. I can't say for certain, but imagine the glory if we ventured into Skyrim together. I would follow Curtis anywhere, even into those frosty lands.
I love
Fear
that voice.
not, even if it's Oblivion, I shall be here.
Clapping
Enthusiastically for
enthusiastically.
every minor achievement and running away at the first sign of danger. Wherever the grand champion goes, I shall trail behind, whether it's Skyrim or the arena.
Well, actually, the only thing I can object to there, Volcano Head, is I would encourage you to run away instead of getting killed all the time.
Rate Mesa voice Curtis Daddy. While as Mesa see Mesa rise to rule as destiny, may it be in that 5 million deads Mesa legacy, Mesa will make in the nations bend and bow by Mesa feet. So prepare, getting your armies ready, Mesa be coming. I'm returning.
Mesa be coming. Oh, no. Jar Jar's in it, a character that's annoying as shit, but his text-to-speeches are some of the best. Oh, shit. Luckman says, how much does the topic of AI interest you? A lot. And the idea that it might replace certain jobs in the future and the potential dangers of technology with how quickly it's advancing. Oh, we've talked about that on a number of occasions in streams and stuff. I'm fascinated by it. Jill says, I was going to sponsor the Walking Dead game so you continue season 2, but we'll see. Actually, I think, it was a while back, Jill. I started season 2 back when I was having issues with some of the streaming with my PC and getting the streams up, and so I gave up on it, but I didn't play it very long, and I remember 2 being really good, but it's only a little bit I got to play. Yeah, Rosa,
the
those are
and
funny.
sometimes intentional humor is what makes Oblivion.
Yes.
Just one word, beggars. When they suddenly turn posh every time you ask them about rumors, I die
That was
laughing.
good stuff.
Especially
That was funny
when the
stuff.
beggars, I repeat, the beggars, talk about the different shops and the things they bought,
They bought,
all of a
yeah.
sudden.
And even little things like Volcano Head's deaths. I mean, holy shit, you can't get him breathed on. How many times did I lose him? And before I even realized there was going to be a fight, I turned around and he's already dead. It's like, and I've gotten to where if I'm going to go over a ridge that looks like it might be too steep, I have him wait first. So little shit dies so easy. I know, Jill. And it would almost always be a surprise, too. She said, you lost him so many times we couldn't count. Because I'd be going along playing, whatever. Going through the forest, going through tunnels, wherever. See some monster, boom, boom, boom. I'd kill them and keep going. Then I turn around, it's like, where the hell is he? And you go back 20 steps and he's dead. Something killed him.
Ouchie, ouch. I stubbed my pinky toe. See you in 3 days, Grand Champion.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, that was weird. You remember that, Look Fun? Look Fun says you lost your horse and never got it back. That was bullshit. I had a horse, and you guys know my memory's crap, so I left it at a certain point or I don't remember where I was, but it was a building or a gate or something, a fence around a city. I left it at a specific point so I could get it back, and I went back and it was gone. And he just never came, just randomly gone. And it never came back to me. It was a good horse, too. That one was, because I thought I had done something, I figured I must have done something wrong. But even, the gang in the stream was telling me, no, it should be here. It's supposed to be there. They just fucking took my horse from me. It was forever forgotten, but remembered at the same time. Yeah, that sucked. I liked that horse. I was having fun with that, and they just decided, never mind. He's gone. Your horse died. I wouldn't even minded that. At least let me see the corpse so I could have closure. My horse just disappeared. Damn it. Everything about Oblivion has been a good time. I've been really, it's just like I always say with anime. I've been lucky that I've enjoyed all the anime I've seen, but ever since I've been into anime, you guys have been directing it. Whether it's through sponsorships at the Goosh, which is the majority of the anime I've seen, or I'm sorry, polls through the Goosh, sponsorships at the Goosh, or even before that, just polls and stuff here at the YouTube channel. You guys have directed me to the things that I've enjoyed the most. So I haven't been left alone to go see the really shit ones.
It would have been a shame if your horse had disappeared without a trace.
Yeah, I know, right? I was so disappointed too. Freaking games get you wrapped up in these characters and belongings, and my freaking horse, and just, oh, no, can't have him anymore. He's gone. Luckman says, did you ever buy the conspiracy that the world was going to end in 2012? No. And not to be too controversial, but do you believe 9/11 was an inside job? It's certain evidence. No. The biggest problem of many with 9/11 being an inside job is you could never, ever even begin to get the number of people that would have to be in the know about that to pull it off to have remained quiet. It couldn't be done. Rosa says, are you familiar with the theory that gay people are actually smarter than straight people because they don't waste their time and money on women? I'm not familiar with that as a theory, but I certainly can't fault it in logic. That sounds like pretty solid logic, to be honest with you. It's very believable. What's this? Finally, my first horse in Oblivion. Curtis
Finally,
lost
my
the horse
first horse in
afterwards.
Oblivion.
Yeah.
Curtis lost the horse afterwards.
Oh, you guys, you had to see that too. It was so sad. He was just gone, and I was so enjoying him. Ah, horse noises. Ah, shit. Chrome says we still have plenty left to watch as well. Don't worry, you're not done until we finally see Detective Jimmy and his sidekick Inuyasha. Rosa says the funny thing about Curtis playing Oblivion is that you feel like you're watching an Oblivion NPC's perspective. It's been fun. It's such a good game. So that's the thing. I just wish I had more time for streaming. I really do. I just things like this. I just love live streaming. But it even goes back because when I was doing stand up, I would go into a club and I would have my material, but my favorites were when I didn't have to do material. Now they call it crowd work. We just called it riffing back then, or whatever however you want to refer to it. But I prefer just interacting with the live audience.
Curtis's horse, one day after buying.
Yep, peace. I'm out. Oh, come on. You guys are making me sad for my horse. No. Gears of War, brother. I remember that one. Basically, an apocalyptic world where you're fighting vampire zombies with guns that have chainsaws attached. I remember. I didn't play it, but I do have memories of that one. I think I watched YouTube videos when it was first coming out because some of the YouTubers I followed at the time were playing it. The Shadow Clone Jutsu, yeah. I've tried a lot of those roads, but I got no dexterity in my hands. I'm not good at jutsus. I just end up looking like I'm jerking off. As a general rule of life, I end up looking like I'm jerking off. Oh, guys, I got to pack it up. I do have some more editing I got to do today. This was a lot of fun. We haven't done a Ask Me Anything stream in a while. That was a really good time. Now, of course, tomorrow we'll start our 3 days of reaction video streams, and getting even further ahead, we'll horse waiting for Curtis.
Curtis's horse waiting for Curtis.
Come
Who the hell knows?
You guys are making me feel bad about my horse. You're right. He's probably out there in the ether somewhere going, why'd that fat fuck leave me here? And there's the we'll be right back.
Goodbye, everyone.
And our boy Plankton. And as I said, not to get too far ahead, but I know everybody really enjoys the reaction video streams, myself included. They're so freaking funny. So I'll do that again Thanksgiving week. I'll move the reaction video streams to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that week. Not this coming week, but in Thanksgiving. So we can get all 3 in, because that Thursday I won't be streaming. We're having people over for Thanksgiving. I really enjoy things. Well, I was going to say I really enjoy Thanksgiving. Like you guys didn't know or couldn't assume that a big fat bastard would like a holiday that's devoted to gorging one's face with food. I just bought the turkey too. I was in Walmart yesterday and they put out the butterballs. I got my turkey. Sometimes I just go, I open the freezer and I just look at it because it makes me happy. Rosa said, I don't enjoy the reaction video streams, not enough porn. I agree with the second half of that.
This
Definitely
big,
not
fat,
enough.
jiggly fuck loves Thanksgiving. Oink, oink.
Yeah, exactly. Gee, what could it be about Thanksgiving that makes Curtis so happy? Oh, pumpkin pie, turkey. Oh, yeah, food boner time. We've been doing that lately, Dimmy. He said more of a ham man. Shit, what the hell's the name of the store? Honey Baked Ham Stores. I don't know if they're nationwide. We had one relatively close to us in New York. We have one relatively close to us here. We've been getting a turkey and a ham because, we'll have family over anyway. And it's one of those rare occasions I don't mind spending the extra because both turkey and ham are things I love on sandwiches. So not only do I get Thanksgiving Day, but you get at least a week afterwards of really great sandwiches. But yes, I'm with you. Those I enjoy ham, but those honey baked hams are like on a different level. Man, they're good. They're pricey, but they are delicious. You do have them in Georgia? Yeah, that's good stuff, Dimmy. I'll have to ask my wife. I don't know if she was planning on us getting one of those this year or not. I got a 23-pound turkey, so we're going to have plenty of turkey. Yeah, pretty good price for butterballs. They had them for, I think was it 96 or 97 cents a pound I paid at Walmart, which, again, the butterball turkeys are they're one of those foods that they're expensive, but to me, they're worth it. You taste the difference. So I didn't think that was too bad. But yeah, we might get a ham too. All right, guys, thank you again so much for hanging out with me. And if you got time and you're around, come hang out with us in the reaction streams over the next few days. And I will see you guys then.